Slominsky's a genius. He does symmetrical lines, you know, and within the symmetry, it doesn't mean a stuff whether the notes belong to the scale or the chord. It's within the symmetry of the movement that makes it sound right. And it really doesn't have any bearing on the notes of the belonging to the chord. But somehow your ear brings it back, you know, you play this wild stuff and then you kind of resolve back to the notes that do belong to the chord just because it seems to satisfy me.
It's funny you should bring up the name Slominsky because he actually wrote an article about our great Persian Frank Zappa, and it was actually printed in a magazine. Did you actually get to read that?
I'd like to see it.
I'll bring it along. But Frank Zappa used to use a lot of Nicolas. It's Nicolas, isn't it? Nicolas Slominsky's. He had this. Was it a thesaurus? Is the right word for it? His encyclopedia.
Thesaurus of scales and.
But it's one of the unsung books of this time. I think it's like you mention it, other people mention it, but it's not a widely known text.
Isn't it? No, it's quite extraordinary, really, though. It's worth looking up. It's I'll follow me this way. I'll get the book. Anybody who wants to buy it should. There it is. Thesaurus of Scales and Melodic Patterns. Would you like it there?
I'll whack it there.
Thesaurus of Scales and Melodic Patterns by Nicolas Slominsky.
Yeah, that's it.
It's quite easy to follow. All he does is divide the octave into equal parts and then uses approach notes to these divisions. Approach notes. In other words, if we've got you divide the octave into half, for example, with the tritone. That divides the octave into half. And then he'll approach the half, the divisions. From below, from above. And then that he'll approach it with maybe two notes. So he's got put that over E major. Yeah, I brought it back to the video. That works. Why? I don't know why. It's because of the symmetry of the line. Your ear follows the consistency. Chick Corea got into all that stuff. It's quite fascinating. He'll divide the octave into 90, try to divide it into thirds, but then he'll have to divide more than one octave if he's going to divide into fourths. It's got to be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got to go 4 octaves. Yeah. And then he'll, whatever. Shall I do that? Alright, and below. Let's see a chord, any chord that doesn't, all of those notes, not all of them surely can relate to F major 7 sharp 11. Alright, there we go. It worked, see? Because it's a symmetry. And then he'll divide, how many octaves does he need to go for major 7s? You can't even get there unless he starts down here.
Well. Did you know you're quoting an album?
What's that?
That's off of 200 Motels.
Is it?
Yes, it's one of the
there you go.
pieces.
See, Frankie ripped it right up. I had no idea of that.
That's it. That was an absolute revelation then. Isn't that funny?
Well, there you are. Frank was just dividing up, getting equal intervals as far as he could go from the keyboard. But you can return back to the octave. This is, for example, this is a 9th. That's it, that's it. Look, C, there's a knife to D, the other knife to E, F sharp, and back to C. So divide equally and get back to, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 octaves to divide into ninths.
Yeah.
And then you put a thing in the tray. Whatever.
Jeez, the cameraman's got to be quick. Anyway.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it exactly like that. But that's the principle of it.
Right.
To aim for notes that are dividing the octave evenly or octaves evenly and approaching them with all kinds of approach notes from below and below and below. That's a good.